What is up, ladies and germs? Welcome back for another video. Today we got episode 16 of We Draft Paper. I am MTG Flux. If you guys like what we do here, please like, comment, and subscribe. Trying to build this channel from the bottom up. So if you guys like it, hang out. Click some buttons, beep beep boops, and all the things. Today we're doing a pick 2 draft at my LGS of Spider-Man. So first pick going in here, we got Spidey Sense or Spider Sense, which is fine. It's not incredible, but I do think that has some applications. I ended up not main decking it. There was a lot of games in which I sideboarded it in, but tonight was a good night for draft. 3-0 for the night. So, and we'll see what I end up picking up here, but starting with the Spots Portal, which is putting a creature card in the bottom of target opponent's deck. And these things kind of fly. These drafts kind of fly. So this segment is, we fly through these in pick 2 drafts. I think it was only like 14 minutes, maybe. But anyways, nice little blue-black start, and yeah. I do think the best deck is the Selesnya or green and white web-slinging deck, but I do think it's second place of like a hardcore villains deck. I think absolutely gets there. Octobot is exactly what I'm looking for if I'm already in blue-black. And then taking a little counter spell for some tempo play. Seems like a good idea at the spot. So this draft was a little difficult because how it ended up being, we had 10 people drafting tonight. And so what we did pick 2 drafts of 2 pods of 5. And then, so that's kind of like where we started. I don't mind taking Beetle. Yes, it's kind of a bummer to take it so early. But I'm also considering this Living Brain. I feel like it's an early enough spot to kind of consider it. Playing into like artifacts and things like that. And it is a villain to note, but this set, as kind of straightforward as it is, like there are some build arounds and things like that. Like Living Brain, yeah, that can be a nice build around. There's some like 3 mana 2/1 flyers that makes a 1/1 or something another. Artifact creatures and like things like that, it can make it pretty good. So I'm specking on the Living Brain. Keeping an eye out for some artifacts that I may want to play. But it's non-equipment artifact too, so that already kind of sets back that plan. Venom's not bad in the spot, and a Mysterio's Phantasm. So super important to note that the Mysterio's Phantasm is a 1/3 flying vigilance. Whenever it attacks, it mills a card, and taking another card like Venom that does really well in your graveyard is just kind of like the archetype of what it's trying to do. So villains that benefit off each other and also having some graveyard synergies, having 2 hard synergies that are working together makes the synergy that you're working with all the stronger. Easy Vulture here, but I'm looking at the other cards. Considering the Skyward Spider, just because it's a great 2-drop, but a little mana intensive, but not bad to consider. Come to find out, the guy that I was passing to, he ended up hate drafting a couple like Dimir cards. That actually would have just made my deck absolutely disgusting. Easy pickup on a land here. Feeling good about doing that. Yeah, I think I have about like a draft or two left in this set until I'm like, okay, I don't want to draft it anymore. I will say, like with the different names and different arts, like retrospectively, like it does split with Arena. I know the cards do the same thing, but just having something different and more and tangible, um, kind of gets me a little bit more length. That's probably the only positive thing I know of, like like when I talk about Spider-Man. Nothing really going on here. Spider-Man 2099 is okay. I don't think it's worth a splash in this position, but I'm not against splashing, especially in this set. Mana fixing is fine, but Scorpion Sting, get some removal bits in. Seems like a good thing to do. Spidey Sense, or I'm sorry, Secret Identity. Um, really good at actually both modes. It makes their creature into a nothing burger, but it also protects your creature and pushes damage. So like there's cool things to be done there. Back to back, another Scorpion Sting. So Scorpion Sting and Morbius here, and a Dimir land that I'm hoping that wheels. It does actually not wheel, but Scorpion Sting and Morbius is exactly what I'm doing, wanting to do. I'm really prioritizing taking Mysterios, um, the 1/3 Vigilant Flyer to start milling. I need things to help me put things in the yard, which is an important part of this deck. But yeah, I'm excited for a new set, but like, I still have a couple drafts in me left in this before I start getting crabby about it. Doc Ock's pretty good, and Land's pretty good. Landscape's fine, yeah. Doc Ock's great pickup here. Card's just really hard to deal with, especially when I'm playing 14 villains. We will have some gameplay on this video as Lawson and I were in the feature match, the final boss match. So yeah, that was awesome. I love getting paired up with him. And at this point, I just set up the video or the camera. Like we just make sure that like, all right, yeah, we know the deal. Let's do this. Especially since we've been playing each other so much lately. Another Doc Ock isn't bad. Um, so I think I kind of struggle with this pick. I like the Green Goblin. I mean, I don't have much synergies with it. I mean, I kind of did because I had some conniving things to do. So it wasn't going to be a bad option, but worth it on the splash is kind of like where I was. But also the robotics mastery is also really good. Um, Definitely wanting to take like Doc Ock here to make sure my villain count stays high. And also in my colors. Actually, don't know what I take here. No, yeah, I do know what I take. I think I take Doc Ock and the Green Goblin and specking on the splash. Maybe picking up some late Rakdos lands, maybe in my future. I don't know if the Green Goblin. So I ended up not playing it just because the curve that I did have was pretty high. Granted, a lot of those like 4 or 5 drop cards like belong in my graveyard, so milling those over is appealing. But yeah, feeling good about this spot. We'll see if kind of turns into anything fun. Mob Lookout. Oh yeah, super great. Also specking on the Sun Spider, making to basically fetches auras and equipments. If something like that comes up in pack 3, I may be interested in some of that. And it's not even a splash, it's just a blue card. Unstable Experiments, super great. And then getting that little aura right after I pick up that 3/2 flyer that fetches an aura or equipment. Feels really good. So having that as consideration, I did end up cutting it for the final variation of this deck just because it was not. I think I had one of them to where I could fetch for, and it just wasn't worth it. Feeling really good about this deck. Round one, I played a friend of mine, Vanessa. She's great. But she had actually a really scary Gruul deck, or it was a Naya deck with Miles Morales in there, but luckily like timely removals and just nicely curving out flyers just got me there. And then round two, who did I play? Oh yeah, Tombstone here is actually a game changer for this deck. It's recursion. It's exactly what I'm looking for. Spider-Ham, Peter Porker. I can't believe I just said that out loud, but I did. But yeah, Tombstone seems good. I'm looking at any other playable card. It's like not feeling too great. But then I think of what, the research or something. No, I do end up taking the henchman, which is thinking about my curve and understanding I didn't have hardly any 3-drops at this point. So just kind of filling some of that out. Not looking to try to take turns off and trying to filling it, maximizing using my mana as possible. The henchman I kind of went up on a little bit more after drafting with it. Another Mysterio's Phantasm. Oh, great. Oh, and then the Spider Slayer. Super great as well. Has graveyard applications. I'm not really interested in this, even though it would be fetchable. Just not that great of a card. I think it's just too slow. But it's just not what my deck is doing. My deck is doing graveyard stuff and villain stuff. Oh, another Spots Portal, but I don't end up taking it. I really want to lean into my archetype and like my deck doing its thing. It was very hard though. As you can see, I'm not really touching Mysterio's Phantasm because I need that piece to be able to keep cards flowing in the graveyard. And I opt to just stick to this, and I already have one copy of Spots Portal and 2 Scorpion Stings, so like I'm not nothing on removal. Then I also have the aura that makes creature into a 1/1 citizen. So this was more surprising to me. This was really good. Superior Spider-Man, it's not a villain, but it just does everything of my graveyard synergies that it wants to do. It's super great. There's one game where I copied Morbius from out of my graveyard, so it's a 4/4 vigilant flyer lifelink, and then I ended up putting counters on it just with conniving and all sorts of things. So like it became quite disgusting. Yeah, just swinging in with an 8/8, flying vigilant lifelink flyer usually does the job. Super late at this point, so I end up taking it, but there's not much else that I was wanting. But the Living Brain, having 2 copies of it, it doesn't do much because it's a legendary creature, unfortunately. But I'm just really not. There wasn't much in this pack that I really wanted. So I'm going to make some considerations here. I did play 1 copy of the Research. It played actually pretty well. So the Helicopter, if I do end up leaning into the archetype, would be good. And then I also could have taken like some of the vehicles running around. Those vehicles would have been really good, making into a 3/3 just basically free crew and a lot of times. And yeah, This is the deck that we ended up putting together. Really, really good. I felt really good about it. As you can see in my 3 drops, I kind of like a little bit of creature, but I still have a lot of good cheap things to do. Leaving up mana, like a removal spells plus the Spider-Man's identity. And here we are with gameplay with Lawson. So, Lawson, we just continue to joke about like combat tricks and making that like always playing around it. Don't back down from it because it's like the way I play against him obviously having tricks is hilarious. It's comical. So he rolls Snake Eyes, got some 1/1. So I'm like, hell yeah. And then I flip a dice and roll a 1, and then a 2. I only beat him by 1. Oh, man. Better lucky and good. Especially in a game of variance like we're playing here. He's like on Grixis stuff. Having some decent synergies in his gameplay and all that. Chose to throw that one away. That was my first mulligan of the night. Like I said, this is the final boss match as we're both 2-0. But I drew really well throughout the night too. But I think I have a pretty good mold of 6. Oh, I think I actually have a really bad hand that I choose to keep, or maybe that's next game. No, I think this is just a medium fair hand. I forgot that I'm on the play. And then he's like, "You're gonna go?" Oh yeah, tap, play, and go. Pretty sure I'm holding on some removal off the bat, hoping that he plays into it at some capacity. But if not, that's fine. If we're not doing anything, that's cool. My creatures, I think, do a better job in the late game and doing all that. Yeah, at this point, so I held up the henchman on his end step to get in a 2/1, see if he wants to do anything about it, and get a connive trigger in here. Making sure I allow him to have his priorities. Because that's what respectful Magic players do. Respect the game. Yeah, like whenever I play with friends, I do tend to play super loose. Unless it's like for stakes and everything, then I'll get my sweat lord on. So he chooses to flash in the little 2/2 bat, which is a super medium card by itself, but I think getting the attack in with a henchman was good, so I choose to play the identity. I connived away a Doc Ock, which is super gross, and then playing Tombstone just to bring the Doc Ock back in my hand. So it looks telegraphed as it is, but I'm getting my value off it. And he spends his next turn surveilling 2, drawing 2, losing 2. So, it's not feeling too good when I'm getting my value on the board and he's basically taking a turn off. I'm such a nerd about my lands. Making sure that they look an applicable way. Getting some cost reduction. having one black up, it's not scary. But if he had mana up, I would probably cast a creature into it first so I can make sure I capitalize on my cost reduction off the tombstone. We just slam a Doc here, yep. Didn't want to start the flood process and nothing to really stop my henchmen from continue to get more damage in. So pitching a land and not getting that +1/+1 counter off the connive is just fine. Just want to keep my turns full of action. Because my deck is quite straightforward, as I just try to, use all my mana and get on the board with villains and getting all of the villain benefits. Play a 3/3 Death Touch, and I'm feeling real great about that. He is leaving up 1 blue, and hopefully he doesn't have the identity card or the protection spell that I cast against him earlier. So I choose to connive first, draw, then connive with that card. I do like that card. I am up on that card as of this week too. It just played out a lot better than I thought it actually did. I think I put away Beetle. Make that into a 1/1. Not trying to go into combat swinging with that. Don't recall what that card is. Oh, I think it's Mob Lookout, actually. Yep, just try not to flood. Down to 1 card in hand, but I got quite the commanding presence in this game. Conniving, putting away Venom. Good value there, get my counter. Yeah. Little Scoopies. Take that, Lawson, if you're watching this. He's such a good sport when he loses, too. He's like, well. Me, if things go really badly, variance really gets me down bad, I'm not a jerk, but I just guys, I had nothing nice to say in this moment in time. So yeah, I will take the draw in this next game. Oh, this next hand is funny. I think I show it. But being up a game and in such a commanding way, I am at a point where I'm playing loose, No real just things hold me back, or I'm not overthinking these games. Plus in this set, there is some basic combat understanding and cadence that you need to follow, just just basic magic stuff, but the complexity of the set is just not there. So I'm playing around straight cards. So I'm showing off my 6-lander, and the one card I have is a Doc. I'm what's better, flood or screw? Asking those kinds of questions, just trying to make our lives a little bit more merrier. With the city landscape too, it's also pretty good to thin out the deck a little bit and see where we can go. So, yeah, don't keep a hand like that. I don't think it's right, but we end up getting there, and which is just fine. And he's having his colors here, so so I know that he was a little cut off on red last game, but this game it looks like he's gonna have it all. getting my taps laying down now, so once I do start drawing cards, it doesn't get in the way of curving out applicably. So I think I draw the experimental card or whatever. So a 04 Mob Lookout on this board does not, like, I'm cool. Still at 20. He doesn't have a wild board state, so I'm like, man, if I can get into turn 4 with not having much going on, then I'm chilling. Oh yeah, I drew a Scorpion Sting to take care of his 3/3 Death Toucher. I'm sure he has some choice words in this moment. Try to keep these games muted so I don't have to, because they play music in the background, so I'm not trying to have any of that. He plays a little animation spell, comes back with a counter on it, which is good. I would have liked that in my deck as well. And I'll just draw a card targeting no creature to connive. He just wants to make sure that it's not a May, or it is a May, or it's two different effects on the same card, which it is. So yeah, I get the Mysterio's Phantasm or whatever, and then I spots Portal, his friend, which is great. Don't have to lose 2 lives since the Mysterio, the 1/3 Flyer Vigilant is a villain, so. So I'm in all technicality better statted on the board. Parity on lands, where I think I'm about to be. I sure hope so. I kept 6 lands. Getting some mill action, so like getting things in the graveyard is going to feel really good in this spot too. But we're not getting too crazy. We're just playing things out as we see fit. Get a little Doc Ock out here. It does have hexproof. He Scorpion Stings my 1/3. So I'm expecting some action here to take care of my Doc Ock. Pretty sure he has like a deal 4 in his hand. I think I actually call him out on it. It's like, deal 4 on it. It'll be fine. Finish the job with your 0/3 on your board. Nothing, no better feeling than do nothing pass when I'm up on board. So, feeling fine about that. Play another Mysterio's Phantasmo, whatever it's called. Now we're starting to chip in. He's obviously flooding his life away. Rough. But this deck was super fun. When I say super fun, like, it's straightforward Magic. Like, nothing too crazy. I'm looking forward to Avatar: The Last Airbender set and Lorwyn. I think I have a lot of excitement coming out through those, but in all honesty, I'm just ready to keep doing more limited content. I am beyond the moon about the Power Cube in Arena. I will be doing a bunch of those, Vintage Cube is something that I don't have the opportunity to do so, and having that opportunity in Arena, I am just gassed up for it. A dream of mine is to live Vintage Cube, keep the cards like at a Mox or like one of the big Vintage Cube tournaments or something like that, to where you get to keep the cards and like hit power, go crazy. Like that's and then them also announcing a limited championship tournaments like in Paper Magic, that you can qualify in Arena, qualify in regionals and Magicons and all those things. Those are things that I have aspirations for. That being said, as we kind of finish things up here, because Lawson isn't drawing any spells, I appreciate you guys so much for watching this video and hanging out with me. Please like, comment, subscribe. But thank you guys so much, seriously, as he kind of scoofs them up. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much. I'll catch you later. Peace.